Yesterday was new comic book day for this week, so let's go ahead and take a look at my top 10 FOC comic picks for final order cutoff due next Monday, November 13th, 2023. If you want any of the books from Lunar and DC, you're going to want to get those orders in by end of day Sunday, November 12th, 2023. There might be a slight change to that considering this weekend is Veterans Day, but I think that's on Saturday, so it shouldn't affect the FOC dates. But I would just double check with whomever you place your orders. And without further ado, let's get started. Here at number 10 is Disney Villains Cruella de Vil number 1. This is the action figure variant. It's strictly a cover buy because I love these action figure variants. I love Disney, especially old school Disney. So this Cruella de Vil hits nice. And number 9, we have from DC Lunar. So remember, you want to get your orders in for these books, the DC books, by Sunday. Alright, but at number 9, we have Batman number 428, Robin Lives. This is cover A by Mike Mignola. It says cover A by Mike Mignola, but I don't think there's a separate cover. But it is the reprint of The Death of Jason Todd. It says that it's with an alternate ending, so I don't know if they include the alternate ending or not, in which Robin lives. So I don't know if they have both, or if this is just the alternate ending here. But it's the opposite of... Okay, so I actually remember this from Comic Book Men, from AMC. The people would call in and vote on whether or not they wanted him to live or die. And the people voted for him to die. So that's why he died back in 1988. Sorry about that. Next up at number 8 is Original X-Men number 1. And I love this line right here, the headline, the OG5 on an all-new adventure. Cyclops, Marvel Girl, Beast, Iceman, and Angel, the first and greatest heroes to bear the X-Men name. So, it's basically just gonna be a new story with these classic X-Men. But I did want to also, this is still part of number 8, I did want to show you, there is a John Romita Homage Jr. Homage variant that's, has the from X-Men 1, just, on the cover of this, not facsimile, but, sort of retelling new story, however you want to say it, bringing him back. Alright, so number 7 is Batman number 4 Facsimile Edition. So this is actually Batman Year 1 Part 2. And Year 1 is one of the greatest comic book runs of all time. I mean, like top 3, honestly. Not only in historical importance or like quality of the story, what have you. I mean, this run is like it. Yeah, it's crazy. So anyway, I mean, it's right up there with. I was saying it's crazy because I was kind of delayed because I was thinking of like sports, dynasties. I mean, you got the 90s Bulls, you got the 2000s Patriots. You got the Celtics and the Lakers through the 80s, and Kobe's Lakers too. So, I mean, it's like one of those type of stories. So anyway, yeah. So there you go. It's a facsimile edition of that. It does have a first appearance of Sarah Essen, a Gotham City police officer. It is the first appearance of Carmine Falcone. I guess it's pronounced Falcone. That's how they pronounce it in Batman Begins, so that's how I say it from here on. Who's the head of the organized crime family, the main organized crime family in Gotham City. It is also the first appearance of Officer Stanley Merkel in mainstream universe, in canon. The Stanley was first introduced in The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller, but that was sort of separate. So this is the first appearance in canon or continuity. Alright, so we have number 6. Sorry about that. Alright, number 6, we have Wesley Dodds, the Sandman, number 3. And this one is the first appearance of the Fog. That's pretty much all there is to it. That's probably who this character is on here, this pink character. So you got a first appearance and possibly first cover appearance into the Fog. So, there you go. Next up is number 5. And that is Amazing Spider-Man number 40. Now, there is no, real spec, really, but it says, and you won't believe your eyes reading the last page of this issue. So, there could be something big that happens, or it could not. So, that's why, because it's Spider-Man, that's the only reason it's a little bit higher. Because if it is the first appearance of a new character, if it is the death of a character or something like that, then this would have a little bit more value than if it was, say, a Captain America book, or a Ms. Marvel book, or something like that. Even an XMen book at this point, this could probably have more impact. So, yeah, that's number 5. Number 4 is Uncanny Avengers, number 5. And this one is the first appearance, or it's not the first appearance, it is the identity of Captain Krakoa is revealed. So I was thinking it's the first appearance of whoever it is, but it's really, that's the best way to say it. So moving on to number 3, and that is Star Wars: The High Republic, number 2. And this one is okay, so it says in the solicitation, who or what is the child of the storm? So we're going to learn something about who someone is, so that makes it interesting. Again, it's not very strong spec this week. It's just not, there in the spec value. I think a lot of these books could be fun and have be worth picking up and reading and stuff. But as far as spec goes, there's just not that much this week. But let's move on to number 2. Dr. Aphra, number 39. First appearance of the Acquisitor. Not Inquisitor. The Acquisitor, like acquisition. So, which reminds me of, who did Benicio do? The Collector. Is he similar to the Collector? Does he just have a bunch of cool things from the Star Wars universe? If so, that would be awesome. Alright, number 1, we have, surprise, surprise, a Star Wars book. Star Wars Revelations, number 1. I thought this one was coming out in January, but I guess it's coming out in December. And it says, from the High Republic to the original trilogy and beyond, Jabba the Hutt, Darth Vader, Mace Windu, Keith Trennis, Thrawn, and more. But it also says, and this is why it's number 1, introducing new characters, new twists, and new turns across all of Marvel's Star Wars line. This star-studded issue puts the pieces on the board for what's to come in a galaxy far, far away. So I'm guessing it's just short stories hitting certain... So you could have Star Wars Darth Vader, you could have High Republic, you could have the regular Star Wars line, you could have... I think there was even a Mace Windu run, if I'm not mistaken. Bounty Hunters with Jabba the Hutt, because the Jabbas are all... They're not bounty hunters, but they put out bounties to bounty hunters, so something like that could, a new bounty hunter maybe for that. New Jedi in Star Wars, new Sith. There's the High Republic. Who knows what's going to happen in there? So I just think we're going to have some really good stuff coming out of Star Wars Revelations. Honestly, I would feel a lot better if it was Dark Horse that was doing it. Marvel doing it kind of worries me a little bit, but it is, does have the promise, outside of it being Marvel, more promise than honestly anything that I've seen recently in comic books. So there's my number 1 for this week, Star Wars Revelations number 1. Alright everybody, that's going to go ahead and do it for me in this video, and my top 10 FOC comic picks for final order cutoff due next Monday, November 13th, 2023. Quick reminder, if you do want to get those DC books from Lunar, you're going to want to get those orders in by end of day Sunday, November 12th, 2023. I did want to also remind you that I have my PayPal and my Venmo in the description of the video. If you wanted to support the channel and leave a message, I'll read it in the next video. Don't forget I am doing my 1K subscriber giveaway still. I do need to do an updated video for that because that old one's probably lost in the shuffle, and I have a lot more subscribers now than I did then, so I want you all to be able to have that opportunity. And thanks again to all of you who make it to the end of these videos. As always, I'll see you until the next one. Bye!